I wrote an email to Mr. Barshoff, and he agreed to respond, and a couple of weeks later, we got a 6-page document. And then a couple of weeks after that, we got a bill for nearly $10,000 for that 6-page document. Now, that's water under the bridge.
I have vouchers, copies of vouchers obtained from the town clerk for Mr. Barshoff's fees. Mr. Barshoff has stated in writing that the fees, to me, that the fees for his legal opinion on the Como question that we wrote in that letter was $740. His time was 3.7 hours at $200 an hour. In a telephone conversation with him, he was shocked that anybody who was troubled by those fees never contacted him to verify them or clarify them. I did. And I was really upset with that repetition of 10,000 Park Avenue lawyer Chris Collins taxpayer money down the drain, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, by the way, he did say in his letter, to me, he states the 10,000, the 15,000, those charges are almost all related to the La Barbera lawsuit against the town. That's where those charges come from, and it's repeated over and over in his billing statements.
I'm trying to really determine why we were charged $15,000.
I'm telling you why.
Chris, $15,774 in the month of July.
For the La Barbera case.
Okay, well,
he's telling you
Says
right
right
here.
here.
It says for La Barbera. He repeats that a couple of times in his letter.
Yeah,
It states
La
it
Barbera
right
versus-
there.
yeah, that's true.
But if you don't know what the 15,000 is for, how could you say the 10,000 went for my letter?
I wrote an email to Mr. Barshoff, and he agreed to respond, and a couple of weeks later, we got a 6-page document. And then a couple of weeks after that, we got a bill for nearly $10,000 for that 6-page document. Now, that's water under the bridge.
I'm not exaggerating. I've heard it from you twice last week and a number of times before that.
I've heard it as well.
Fine, I think
Many
Steve
times.
is very expensive.
But that's beside the point, Jeff.
$740 is not expensive.
Just do me a favor. Do
I
your
have
research
already said
and come
I
back
will
to the
do
board.
you more than that favor. I will look it up, and if I find that it is as you say, I will certainly say so. I have
Okay.